What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another album of the month, this time for July of 2021, and I'm so excited to be telling you about Happier Than Ever, the sophomore smash from Billie Eilish, who still is a teenager. She's only 19, yet she's writing songs like Getting Older, the opening track on here where she says, "Things I once enjoyed now just keep me employed." And I have to say, that line hit me as a 43-year-old man. I could really relate to it. So that really says something about the songwriting. And it also reminded me a bit of Kurt Cobain and his sophomore smash In Utero. The very first line off that record is, "Teenage angst has paid off well. Now I'm bored and old," which is great. And, she does talk a bit about celebrity and being judged and things like that later in the record. But I'm happy to say that lyrically it doesn't harp on that. It actually gets a bit personal on some of the latter tracks as well. And musically, the album is really interesting. Of course, her brother Phineas is the producer and collaborator. And if you were a fan of songs like Bad Guy, her big hit single off her debut, you'll be happy to know that there's a couple grooving songs along that line, like I Didn't Change My Number and Oxytocin, which has this really cool build-up with some really interesting synthesizers at the end of the song. It really hits kind of like a fever pitch with Billie singing "You Should Really Get Away" at the top of her register, which is really cool, and you could kind of hear it in a club setting. Then you also have Therefore I Am, which was released as a single preceding the album. She actually released, I believe, 4 singles leading up to it. One of them was released over a year ago in 2020, My Future, which is the one that really caught my attention because it has this kind of timeless sound, and it's really beautiful, especially the melody that she has on this song, and the sentiment of "I'm in love with my future" is really cool. And then I love how midway through the song it goes up tempo, and it's really this upbeat, happy song that I think has stood the test of time. A year later, I would say it's one of my favorite tracks on the record. Another one of my favorites would be Billie Bossa Nova, which of course has a Latin kind of flavor in the tempo and the rhythm. But again, what she does melodically is just so interesting and keeps you engaged. And when she's in her higher register, she does have a soprano voice. It's quite lovely. Of course, there are some songs that kind of take the energy down. At 16 songs and almost an hour in length, I feel it could have been cut down to maybe 12 or 13 tracks to make it a little more succinct. But the album does take some other twists and turns that are interesting. Like halfway through the album, there's a song called Not My Responsibility, where it's just Billie talking over this kind of droning synth noise, and it's really interesting because she's talking about as I mentioned before, celebrity and being judged for her appearance, and some really deep things are being said here. While I don't think it's a track I would go back to for musical value, I think it really adds something to the overall album. And then, of course, the title track that she just released a video for, it's really cool how it goes from like a whisper to a scream at the end of the album. It literally like distorted guitars and her yelling and about her ex, obviously. And it's a really great one and shows that she can truly rock out if she wants to. It's going to be interesting to see where she goes from here because, she shows that she can be a hard rocker. It also shows on the song right after it, Male Fantasy, she could go in more of a Taylor Swift folklore kind of acoustic direction if she wanted to. And neither one of them would be bad. I kind of like the more hard rocking stuff, but the truth is her sweet spot is really these songs like My Future and Billie Bossa Nova that really just show her as a unique talent that can write these beautiful melodies and that really stick with you. So overall, I'm going to give this a strong 7 out of 10. I definitely recommend it. I'm new to Billie, but like I said, I think, with her being as young as she is, and if she can just, keep exploring and doing what she wants to do, I think her future is very bright. So guys, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think. What are your favorite tracks from the album? And guys, we got album reviews, top 5s, top 100s, and so much more. Thank you for watching, and as always, Viva la vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.